We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday to you. Are you having a good day? You are? All right. Well, let's have a good day together, shall we? Because we have a big show. Lots going on. Several great guests, and we are going to hit it hard. Speaking of hitting it hard, hello, Blabs.
Sorry, that was hilarious. I couldn't find the button for a second, so I was like, ooh. Hi, everybody. I have returned from the dead.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you doing coming back from the dead?
I'm sorry. I should just go take a dirt nap again. I'm sorry.
I mean, I got to be honest. The K with the knee to the vagina.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Are you icing it?
Yeah, I've had to put lots of ice on my vagina. I'm kidding, everybody. She didn't actually hurt me, or did she? Anyway,
we're glad you're okay, and we're glad you're recovering. And
thanks, man.
And we'll see where all this craziness goes. For those of you who didn't see, it was insane. It was insane what happened at Queen of the Week. And Kay is out for blood. And Blabs, I hope that you can find a way to recover in this budding rivalry.
I'm all good. I have returned from the dead. Everything's fine. Just a couple bruises here and there. It's fine.
She's not doing a very good job of playing along with the bit here we have going on here, because she's like, hey, everything's fine. She's supposed to be like, I'm recovering.
I'm dying.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's good. Yeah, that's wonderful. We do know that Kay is out for blood, and you are too, right, Blabs?
Yes. Actually, I killed her today. That's why she's not here.
Oh, good. Well, we sent her ass back to Canada.
Yeah, you fucking commie. Get out of here. It's the land of the free.
I'm going to be honest. That's not where I thought you were going to say with that. I heard you fucking cut. And I was like, whoa.
I never say that to anybody.
Wow. Okay. So look, big show today. Blabs is back, alive, ready to go, which is exciting. Also alive, joining us here on this wonderful Tuesday. A little sickly today, but going hard. It's Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. How are you, big dog?
Besides being a little under the weather, I am happy to be here, guys. You know how much I love to stream, and so let's get into this very big show. I don't want to hold up anybody with introductions.
Well, I do. I always like long introductions. I like just farting around and talking and stuff. It's great.
Let me tell you my life story, Craig. I was born in October of 1980. Never mind.
Okay.
We can go.
I was waiting for it because I would have let you go. I would have just let you see how long you would have gone with that.
Well, in the third grade, I discovered my love of comic books. See, I can never mind.
Wait, have you ever had to do a spelling bee in elementary school?
Yep, I won.
Did you win?
Yep.
Oh, he won.
I don't talk about because I was like super student. So
hey Jeff, spell aggressive.
BLABS.
Yeah.
All right. In addition to Jeff joining us today from the other side of the world via the miracle that is the internet, he's got a scar to show his passion. It's Arch. Hello, Arch.
Hello. And I'm sorry to hear about your balls, Blabs. That's very unfortunate.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It was a rough deal, but we're glad that you've recovered somewhat. Hopefully you've recovered physically, but may not emotionally. And that's the most important thing, Blabs. So
I am very sad.
Yeah.
I was winning that. I didn't even get to talk about it, but I was winning the Wii Sports Resort section. And then Craig pulled it because he put me with Meg, who sucks at tennis. And so I just went downhill from there. So I could have won Queen of the Wii. I'm just saying it like it is.
Hold on. Jeff, are you listening to how Blabs is throwing Meg under the bus?
I am 100% throwing Meg under the bus. She didn't wake up until it was boxing time. Wake up, Meg.
I was getting ready to offer my services. I just so happen to have a Wiimote right here, so we can, Wii Sport it up. I haven't played this thing in years, but whatever.
That's unbelievable.
I know how to cheat. If you held the controller upside down, you could get guaranteed strikes in bowling. So,
I can't believe that was. Let me just tell you this: what I just heard right there. That was Blabs directing the bus, being like, "There's Meg. Here we go, right there."
No, because I was doing great, and you know it. I dominated all those ones, and then Craig is like, "Oh, how about we put the first place person with the last place person, see how it goes?" Well, how do you think it went? I carried, and she still dragged me.
Is this the one?
I love you, Meg.
No, that's somebody else.
The cope is real
It's not
right
cope.
now. Chat, are you listening? Are you listening to this?
Not cope.
Unbelievable. I'm honestly kind of shocked. Is this Blabs' heel turn right here?
Hell yeah, I'm heel turning on Meg, even though I still love you, Meg. But get good at the Wii Sports. Thank you.
I feel like we need to get Meg on probably tomorrow to talk about this. This is
Meg will actually be on Friday, so we can talk about it.
Oh, we'll talk about this at length. Listen, Queen of the Wii is turning into a cat fight. Well, this is quite impressive. Anyways. Mm-hmm. Well, look, big show today. We're going to be getting into this Netflix WB merger / whatever's happening there. There's a lot of layers to this. But at the end of the day, I think we can all agree this is probably not a very good thing that is happening right here. There's a post that has gone fairly viral on X. And Arch, I'm going to get your thoughts on this today. And it's about Anita Sarkeesian. I'm sure you will have much to say about Anita. Arch, yes?
Perhaps. Has she married herself again?
No, but the internet is looking at her saying, hey, she doesn't deserve the hate. She doesn't deserve the hate. So we'll get to that.
I don't know about that.
We'll get to that a little bit later. So if you're new to the show, make sure you hit the subscribe button over here on YouTube. Join the 135,000 just normal men who have found common sense in the video game and entertainment and pop culture world. The nearly 30,000 who have found us over on Rumble as we continue to grow little by little every single day over at Rumble, which is great. Over on Kick, make sure you hit the follow button. And, of course, on Twitch as well. And if you'd really like us, you can join us over at sidescrollersplus.com, where there's a clip that we watched yesterday after the show, which we literally cannot show it on any other platform outside of Side Scrollers Plus, that involves RoboCop, a gun, and a lot of dicks. And Jeff knows. You know that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So I showed that off yesterday to Kay and Phoenix for the first time, and it was magical. It was wonderful. So, Arch, that sounds like right up your alley.
I have once affixed a dildo to an actual robot, so maybe.
Well, are you going to tell us more? Because you can't just start with that and not tell the rest. How did we get to the dildo and robot?
It wasn't particularly sexual, unfortunately. It needed to clean a clog, and as the tube was circular, I figured, okay, well,
you
that
just
is
had
an easy solution
spare
to do
dildo
this.
lying around. Did you know?
Of course. Do you not have dildos in your tool cabinet?
No.
You'd be surprised how useful they are.
How many times have you had to use one for work?
For work, only about 3 times. So maybe you wouldn't be surprised by how useful they are.
You pegged?
Well,
you've changed, Blabs.
That was out of nowhere.
I'm just curious as to why you have some, you know?
Hold on. I have bigger questions. Well, I mean, that's an important question, which I don't think I really want to know. with that said, I think there's bigger questions here, Arch.
Bigger questions.
How often do you use the dill to clean the clogs?
And what clogs? Is this a metaphorical thing?
Crushed fish.
All right, it's metaphorical.
There's an innuendo in there somewhere, isn't there? Tell your girls they need to take showers. Use some better hygiene.
If you've ever seen a machine that is designed to package fish, crush all of the fish instead, it creates quite a mess and remarkable congestion.
Use that dill to crush that fish. Let's go. All right. A quick reminder, coming up next Monday, the first ever edition of the Side Scrollers Plus podcast, where we're getting all of our Plus partners together. Blaz, what time is that happening on Monday, the 15th?
7 p.m. Eastern.
Did you see? It's like she had an
7 p.m.
aneurysm.
Eastern.
Did you see
I totally
her eyes?
blanked. I was like, what time?
You're like,
what time, bro? What
man,
day is
please,
it?
Sam, please clip the shit out of that. Her oh, damn, that was hilarious.
I really had to panic. I was like, what time? 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm 100% confirming it. I just checked my schedule. 7 p.m.
Excellent. So 6 Central. That'll be next Monday coming up on the 15th. It'll be myself, Eric, Blabs. We got Dez. We got Cecil. We got Eric. I mentioned Eric, Phoenix, and of course Kirsch will be joining us as well. That'll be on Monday, the 15th.
Cecil with the
Good Bad Flicks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
That's a
stud.
great channel.
A great channel, absolutely. So there we go. We got a lot. We're going to be talking about removing ribs apparently today. Which is a
weird.
Yeah, and I did have a loss in my family on the last day, so I figured I would take a few minutes to talk about my big boy Bowser a little bit later on. So, but with that said, we always like to start the show with today in video game history. Blabs, are you ready to redeem yourself?
I am redeemed. Every day.
Today in gaming history with Blabs.
That's me.
Okie dokie, Blabs. What do we have today?
Alrighty, so December 9th, everyone, we have Ninja Gaiden released in Japan in 1988. We have Tekken in 1994. And then, guys, did you know, I didn't know this, but a laundry store simulator game exists, and it was released in 2022. I have put in my wish list on Steam. I want to try this game out, so I'll probably try it out eventually. But how exciting is it? What? I thought it was a great one.
Okay.
So Ninja Gaiden, great game, right? Tekken, great game.
Yeah.
Love them both.
Some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs. Goddamn. Well, first, let's just talk about Ninja Gaiden.
I'm intrigued by the laundry simulator.
See?
honestly.
See? I'm going to pull it up on Steam for you. Laundry.
That's why I'm buying a Steam box, Craig. As soon as I get that machine, I'm going to play Laundry Simulator. That's my
going
whole
in on
life
it, huh?
right now.
Yeah. That's
See,
pretty
it's
good.
on my wish list and everything. I'm going to pull this shit up because it's fascinating. Here we go.
Yeah, please, Blabs, fill us in on Laundry Store Simulator.
In Laundry Store Simulator, you'll start small and work your way up, upgrading your equipment, design a stylish store, and expanding your services. Are you ready to own the best laundry store in the world? Fucking yes, I am. Look at this. Hell yeah. Yes.
Looks like a PS2 game.
Look at that. I got a Vespa.
You can do some serious shoe cleaning.
Bakso. Blabs, as the resident alien? Yes, Asian. What is Bakso?
I'm a resident alien Asian?
Yes.
What? This is new to me.
Well, what is it?
Me?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know the answer. Don't
What?
pretend. What is Bakso? How do you cook Bakso for your laundry delivery service?
What the hell's Baxo?
Okay.
Bakso.
Baxo?
Baxo.
Baxo. Just Googled it.
Jeff, you want in on this?
No, I just want to know what Baxo is.
Yeah, I know.
I just Googled it. It's, what is this? Baxo. Well, I don't know. Simply dummy text? What? What is this? This is the font? Is Baxo a font, Arch?
Oh, for the love of God.
It's a font. I don't understand.
Arch,
She's
what-
being obtuse. Control your woman, Craig.
Not my woman.
I'm so confused.
All right. Some noticeable games that you missed today,
What's
Blab.
Baxo? Am I
The world may
spelling it
never
wrong?
know.
Baxo. Oh, it's an Indonesian dish.
See, she knew.
I spelled it wrong. I was like spelling it B-A-C-K-S-O, but then someone in the chat said B-A-K-S-O. All right, so it's a meatball soup, a beloved street food featuring bouncy, savory meatballs. Why are they bouncy?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, why are they bouncy?
Google.
And
why
how
are
do they know they're bouncy?
Yeah, why
Do they
why are
season
bouncy?
them by bouncing them off the street or something?
How can meatballs be bouncy?
Where you get the real
For extra
flavor.
flavor?
Okay.
Ah.
That's good. This is good.
So Baxo's meatballs made from ground meat, so
Yeah,
beef
Vlad,
con.
Did you
Mixed
realize
with
how we...
tapioca, flour, cornstarch, garlic, and spices, processed into a paste for a signature springy texture, then boiled.
Eh.
What?
Yeah. You're right,
So
Jay.
anyway, Baxo.
You're right, Jay. You're right. Anyways, so some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs, include Clockwork Knight for the Saturn. I'm sure you don't even know what the Sega Saturn was, but there we are. Oh, this is kind of a big one. The Need for Speed for the 3DO.
Uh-huh.
You ever heard of Need for Speed before?
Yes. I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise says it. Or something like that. Feel the need.
That is
Need for
accurate.
speed.
He does say that, yes. Dragon Quest VI for the Super Nintendo. Warcraft 2. Tides of Darkness. Oh, and Quake 2.
Quake 2. Yeah, you should have
PC.
gotten Quake at least.
No. Laundry Store Simulator, guys. I've been waiting to talk about that game for like 2 weeks when I made this list 2 weeks ago.
That's right, but Laundry Store Simulator.
Yep. And you know what this my gaming history reminds me of? Check this out. Come on.
That's true.
It's funny. It's funny because if you look at our show lineup today, that's actually exactly what it looks like here. Because there it is, right there. We got the three.
So you're
three
calling
dragons.
Jeff the retard
No,
dragon?
you're the one at the end here, Blabs. I'm
No,
just
because there
saying.
was 3 dragons there.
Okay, well here you go, Jeff. There you go. There you go. Riri. You're welcome back, Jeff. Sorry.
Thank you. Hey, it's okay. I don't want to be that dragon.
Yes,
I want to be that dragon. He seems the happiest.
Blabs, you are that dragon every day. Sorry, Jeff. You removed the dragon. Okay, you removed him before
sorry.
you put him back up. That's okay. Blabs, the Riri dragon, she is. Some more games that you missed today include Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories for the PlayStation here. Mega Man Battle Network 5. I was never a fan of the Battle Network games. Y'all, yeah, I just
They
didn't.
suck, dude, compared to the original Mega Man. Oh, I like Mega Man X, but they took away the fun mechanics of gameplay. It's all like turn-based and crap.
Yeah, it's not Mega Man to me. Mega Man is run, jump, shoot, and it's like I don't want to play some sort of turn-based game with Mega Man. It doesn't make any sense at all. So. Persona 4 released for the PlayStation 2, Blabs.
I like dragons.
You are. Blaze Blue Continuum Shift 2 in the arcade. Infinity Blade, one of the highest grossing mobile games of all time, was released 15 years ago. Let's see what. Yeah, that's right. We got the Final Fantasy 7 and 8 remastered twin pack for the Switch today. That's coming out today. Well, this is
Ultimate Sheep Raccoon.
I'm
Labs?
buying that. That
I
sounds
should have
awesome.
added that. I know. But the thing was, I did this 2 weeks ago and they didn't have that one.
You got to start doing these a little bit closer to the
I
date.
did this when I was away, before going away, remember?
Yeah. I get it. But at the same time.
also, look what I've added into our StreamYard's assets. Ha! Yay!
That's great.
Thank you.
Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. Are you guys interested in this
I am.
this game?
I am. I want to hear
I
about it.
am interested in Ultimate Sheep
You
Raccoon.
want to play with me, Arch?
You know what? Yeah. Does it have multiplayer? Does one play the sheep and the other one the ultimate raccoon? Or is the
I call
ultimate
raccoon.
sheep?
Is this play like the dildo robot? Or are we playing...
Just don't ask, Craig. You don't want to know.
Can technically clean dead animals out of a gutter using a dildo, but that's not something I've tried.
Steam. It's on Steam, Arch.
Here's the trailer. Let's check it out.
Ultimate Sheep Raccoon is a bike racing party game where you build the track and race to the finish.
It's
Did
Line
not-
Rider.
Gonna be
But
honest.
why?
Did not expect that the first sentence to be.
Wait, this game reminds me of that one that we played at King of the Couch. The same type of animals and like graphics and everything. What was that game called?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Yes, it looks exactly very similar.
Well, you see, that was called Ultimate Chicken Horse, and this is called Ultimate Sheep
So
Raccoon.
it
you
is
see?
the same.
Sure does look like it. Let's check it out.
Ultimate Sheep Raccoon is a bike racing party game where you build the track and race to the finish.
Oh, it is the same.
Every
people.
round, the race gets more interesting.
It's the same people with the same concept, just on bikes.
Yeah, it's made by Clever Endeavor Games.
Yep, let's check it out.
As you add objects to the level. Use power-ups like the boost to blast past your friends, or float gently over parts of the level with the umbrella. And you can play with up to 8 friends across any platform. Yeah, even that friend.
Hey, Sandy.
No! It goes back! You've fallen into my trap. No, gamer!
Put this trolley cannon here.
I'm in. This is my type of game. Yep. King of the Couch 2. It's gonna.
I put it on my watch list because we have to play it.
Yep. That's a fun game. Arch, you into that type of game?
No.
But you said you would play with me, so you can't go back on your word.
I mean, I have to, but I was
No, you
hoping
don't.
for something more. I don't know what I was hoping for.
What
Goat
were
Simulator
you
with a raccoon?
What were you hoping
I
for,
mean,
dude?
I figured it was Japanese or something. It was a role-playing game.
You were hoping for some weird Futanari hentai bullshit thing, weren't you?
Maybe.
See?
Is that so
Very
wrong?
slow. Yes.
No judgment.
Yes, Arch.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of Futanari hentai NTR. Might as well add that on there.
No, thank you.
I don't know what these are anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know what's happening. Well, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon launches today for the Switch and Switch 2. So, and I guess Steam as well. So there we go. I think we'll definitely keep that on the radar of things to look at. I'll also keep an eye out on Mad Hatter coming in with the $50 super chat. Says, to make up for all the questionable gaming history choices, I'd like to propose Scar Blabs Week, a whole week with guests like Arch and Lum and Savvy and Alex and Kirsha. May Blabs pay for her crimes by learning like she's never learned before. Listen, Blabs, she's already scarred. I'm just going to tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Cramming Blabs. Cramming with Blabs.
Great show.
Ramming?
Giving the
Cramming.
context today.
Like
Arch.
studying time?
Yes, like studying, of course. What else would it possibly mean?
Well, that's what I'm asking. What are we studying?
Oh, games, apparently.
Arch, you've been doing a lot of cramming today, and I don't know how comfortable I am with that.
Yeah.
I just woke up like an hour ago and had a hamburger. I'm in an unusual mood.
He says it like the Pink Panther. Hamburger.
Woke up. I love the idea of waking up and having a hamburger. It's like, why
Same.
not?
Well,
You know?
yes, it's breakfast.
You're more
I had a
American than
waffle.
you're more American than you think you are, Arch. I'm just
I
saying.
don't know, man. I feel like if I said I woke up and had a hamburger, Craig would be on my ass, being like, "Why did you have a hamburger at 9 a.m?" But if Arch does it, it's fine.
Yeah. Besides, I've
Accurate.
had worse breakfasts.
Ooh, like what?
Steak.
That's a bit of
Wait.
a heavy one for breakfast. I won't lie.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Steak and
is
eggs.
great.
Steak and eggs. Yeah, you.
I've never done that. I just feel like I would die. It's just too heavy. I'd be like,
You'll feel better than eating like bacon and sausage because it doesn't have as much nitrate or
grease and
salt.
stuff.
All right. Well, we can get into red meat talk some other time on the show.
Yeah,
Dang it, that's my
shaggy.
expertise. That's why you called
Oh.
me, guys.
Marmalade came in and says, I don't even need to see the other games to know. What the fuck, Blabs? Laundry store sim?
Let's go.
There she is, everybody. Jonathan Smith says laundry store simulator. That makes me think of 40K Power Wash Simulator. You should ask Arch about monkeys and grip strength. Well, boredom makes Arch go a little loopy.
That's true. I did not enjoy Power Wash Simulator very much. People say that's a chill game. It's not a chill game. It's a very stressful video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it seems like a game that Blabs would totally be into. Although, if you've ever power washed anything in real life, it is actually very
satisfying.
Well, satisfying and
yes,
kind of
the
soothing.
most is like cleaning out a trailer that was full of like pigs before they were dropped off at the slaughterhouse, and you just clean off all the shit. It's clean again.
Oh,
very fascinating.
An actual trailer. I thought you just like for a moment I imagined Blabs living in an RV with just a gaggle of pigs.
Absolutely
and I don't know where
I mean,
that
actual
mental
trailer
image
that you
necessarily came from.
transfer livestock in, power washing that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
That's great, Blabs. Thank you for your story. Raging Wolves. Well, I'll read this in just a second real quick. I'll get to those in just a minute. Artemis says, I forgot about Laundry Simulator. I spilled my mug on my desk. Artemis, it's okay. Skeptaluigi said, I'll get to these here.
You can power wash that shit.
Lee Kindler says, I'm going to go back in time and tell Blabs' mom to drink less while pregnant.
She doesn't even drink in the first place.
Sure.
I'm just special that way.
Rodimus Supreme says, I vote that side scroller sets up a backyard WWE ring and let the girls duke it out and stream it. Well, we settle all of our issues with video games here because we are the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. So there's only one way to settle arguments, and that's with video games.
2K25, man. I'd like to see Blabs try to play that video game. I don't think she'd do very well in it.
Yeah. I don't, which 2K25?
WWE.
WWE? Okay, good. That'd be fun. We could maybe, back in the, you can do a creator wrestler with Blabs and put her in there and have her duke it out.
Nowadays, you can put real faces on, so you could make it look just like her.
Oh, that's crazy. Red Bandana Gaming says, hi, everyone. Just in case I forgot to mention, I like turtles.
I like turtles, too.
Thanks, Logan. Don't get us banned today. Arma says, welcome back, Jeff.
Thank you for the welcome.
Mercenary, thank you for 1 second. Let me make sure I get these. I see several about the
He's got a little essay for us.
Enrique says, hey, everyone. Jeff, tell Craig about Metroid Dread. Tell me about it.
Enrique bought me a copy of it years ago, and I like it. It's a good game.
Great story.
One of my favorite Metroids next to Super Metroid. And
nice.
I never finished it because I moved. I don't know what to say. Shout out to Enrique, though. Hey.
All right. Delta came in yesterday, says, hopping in just to say, great stream last night, K. Journalism level gameplay on a tutorial boss while making everyone motion sick. It was incredible. Yeah, we played Metroid Prime 4 a couple nights ago, and K struggled. It was her first time. But, she hardcore gamered out of it. Armis came in with the $20 direct donation, says, well, it'd be against my nature to not smile after seeing Blabs back from the afterlife. Someone clearly bargained with death to restore our resident 12-year-old menace. Here's a breath of oxygen for the reborn. Try to avoid provoking another fatality. Thank you,
Thanks
Armis.
for the air.
Yes, everyone loves the air right there. Incenarian says, women fighting over a Wii? Predictable. Guess Chad Warden was wrong on that one. You can indeed get some honeys with a Wii. Thank you, Tenarian. Appreciate it. That's a deep inside joke right there from the 90s, I guess 2000s era. Chad Warden with the PS triple. Those who know. All right, we'll get to the rest of your Super Chats, Direct Donations, and Rumble rants throughout the duration of the show. But I want to do a little life stuff first. I had this at the end of the show, but I figured we'd talk about it since I see a few Super Chats here. I had a tough decision yesterday. I was in Florida throughout the week, where throughout the weekend we were doing all the stuff for Queen of the Wii, and over the last couple weeks, my best boy Bowser had been struggling. Our little puppy dog, he has been going through a tough, really deteriorating over the last little bit to the point where he was having having a hard time realizing where he was, having a hard time getting around. I mean, Blabs, you've met Bowser before. He was,
I loved him. He was so sweet. So I have a thing with terriers. I love terriers. I used to have one myself. So I totally understand what Craig is going through. But he was absolutely like a sweet little gem. The beautiful face, very great personality. So I too am sad for you.
Yeah, he's sad boy. And anyway, so he overnight going into yesterday, he wasn't moving a whole lot. And when my wife, like I was hoping that he would make it through the weekend because we knew that time was kind of short. But when my wife went over to check on him, there was like blood. There was like a little bit of blood by his mouth, and he wasn't moving. But he was breathing, and he was just hurting more than anything else. So my wife, she's like, "Hey, can you please call the vet?" And unfortunately, we had to put Bowser down yesterday just to kind of, help him through that. And it was obviously a really tough decision for me. It was tough because I just, I want to be there, right, for these type of things. And so my wife had to go through that by herself. But it's for me, this was tough. Obviously, losing any family member. Bowser was literally our first little baby. Like sometimes dogs are, they're like when you get married or you have a girlfriend or whatever. A lot of times before having kids, they get pets, and it's kind of like training wheels for kids. Well, we had Bowser for 15 years, and such a sweet boy. We had to let him go yesterday, and the outpour was really nice. Sorry, I'm getting a little ugh, but it was really nice. And I speaking of Kay and just Melee games, James has been a fan for a long time, and he picked up some really nice pictures of that's how long I've had Bowser when back to the Screw Attack days and stuff. So anyways, tough to say goodbye, obviously, and I'm trying to fight through it. But thank you. And Aramis, this is from just a couple weeks ago, but I don't know. It's tough to say goodbye to friends, tough to say goodbye to family, obviously. And I know that a lot of people can relate, and especially when it comes to good, strong puppy dogs. So anyways, it was a great run. Great member of our family, and he was a good boy. So I'm going to get off the stream for a second. Blabs, please.
Yep, I got it. Poor Craig. That's so sad. All right, let me hit up some supers real fast. I will get this one so he doesn't cry again. Let me remove that. Okay. Rip Bowser, all pets go to heaven. He's running around with my grandparents, dog Shelly, and Cat Butter's waiting for us on the other side. Much love. And Robin, who's my girl. Mercenary for one. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Arch. And oh boy, this thing with Netflix. Let me tell you guys, I refuse to watch Netflix because of cuties. And because of that, I'm obligated to pirate Netflix anything. I mean, you don't really have to pirate it. You can just not watch it.
I forgot about that movie. I never watched it. I remember the conversation around it.
Mercenary for one. So this goes to my point of yesterday, because I cannot, in some technicalities, have a Netflix account because of cuties, and cuties just borderline exploitation of children because of that. No Netflix, so why are you pirating? Marmalin for 10 says condolences, Craig. Mercenary for one says, I will never support Netflix or have a Netflix account so long as they have cuties still available on Netflix. Also, hello, Blabs clone 294726. You're fired. Send in Blabs clone 294727. The fuck? You're unhinged, Mercenary. A little bit of oxygen for Blabs in these trying times. Thanks, Wist. You're right there, Craig.
I'm good. Yeah, sorry, just needed a second.
No, it's okay.
That's okay.
Silo full of Cool Ranch Doritos for 5 says the Ellisons, who owns Oracle and Paramount, don't like to lose. Look at the other companies they buried or destroyed. Who crossed them? Dun dun dun. Luigi says, I'm really sorry about Bowser, Craig. He'll be watching over you from dog heaven. And I have uploaded the complete version of the RoboCop shooting cocks on locals. You are welcome. Mercenary for 5 says, this 5 goes to Bowser. If you just lost him, I understand how you feel, Craig. I lost Mayor K and my German Shepherd. It never gets easy. God is with all pets. Yep, all dogs go to heaven. Jackie for 5 says, get Blabs on Archcast. I don't think Arch would survive. Or maybe I wouldn't survive. Jared.
Let me bring you on with Savvy and Lum Lum during her rutting season, and we'll see who lives.
Does Savvy go? Does Savvy go on your show? Because I've DM'd Savvy about for the last 6 months, and she's ghosted me. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, does Savvy respond to you? Like,
occasionally.
Okay, all right. I
mostly communicate with her via Lum Lum because they have their own female shorthand language, primarily involving homosexualities and degeneracy.
You know, I think I'm good then. I think I'm really good. Thank you, though. All right, Jared for 1 says, I had a good feeling that Blabs will be back on the show. Very happy to see you. I'm not actually dead, or am I? Anyway, also, I'm sorry to hear about your dog Bowser, Craig. He was a good boy. Yes,
he was a good boy, the best boy.
Farty Poop, most unfortunate name, says, I'm sorry, man. I lost my dog around a year ago. We had to put her down, and I still get emotional when she is brought up. And Crumbs for 1 says, I'm so sorry, Craig. I know how hard it is to make that decision for your dog. But then Hayden came in with a 50, so it's time for some titties. All right. It's always hard to lose a pet and a family member. Listen, cheer up, everyone. Boobs are on the screen. I went through again in 22. Rip Bowser and deep condolences, Craig. Remember that you gave him a great life and a great family. Our pets are only here for a short time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's true. Thank you for the 50. And Mercenary for 10 says, I know how you feel, Craig. I really do, but at least you got to say goodbye to yours. Mine were stolen from me. The Yorkie taken out of my home, and someone poisoned my German Shepherd.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
It's apparently a big problem in certain places. England in particular, they will steal pets right out of your yard and resell them.
No, I've actually heard about this. I think it's in California. So if you guys notice, apparently there's a rise in French Bulldog popularity. Like, I'm pretty sure Gina Carano has a couple of those too, right? Just a side note. But, like, those dogs are getting stolen because they're really popular. And so French Bulldogs are being stolen. I think it's like California that does that. Isn't that crazy? Don't steal other people's pets. Are you insane? It's someone's baby.
California.
Yeah, weird. And then SB Socks pretend says, Arch, was Kibbs the normal one all along?
No.
Yeah. Okay. We're caught up now.
Well, thank you. We'll get to all your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants throughout the duration of the show. Thank you guys very much for your support and the kind words about my big boy Bowser. You guys are awesome. All right. Let's get into some hardcore video game news. We got lots to talk about today. It is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. Hard news. On our run sheet today, it simply says removing ribs trend. Blabs, I have not pre-screened this at all. But I'm going to read the title here.
Yes.
And we will all make initial judgments based off said title.
Yes.
First and foremost, have either of you heard of this trend of people removing their ribs?
Yes.
I know this one. It's about taking out your ribs so you can blow yourself.
That's the only one that I've heard.
This is old. Marilyn Manson. That was the rumor like
this is
30 years
one.
ago.
Blabs, do you know who Marilyn Manson is?
Yes, and I know about that thing too.
Yeah, but that was like a rumor, and it wasn't confirmed. It never happened, right? The whole idea was that he was taking his ribs out so he can suck his own dick.
Yeah, that's not what this trend is about. So this is for women only, although men, technically speaking, could do it as well. But it's so that they have the right size.
Okay, young women are dropping thousands on gruesome rib removal surgery as dangerous Ozempic body trend takes. I've not heard this at all. This is the first time.
There's actual images of it that you can see of the women. Now
this right here.
Yeah, so it's basically like it's almost like corset design. There's more images down below that actually shows like before and afters that are proper. So basically what they're doing is they're taking a certain rib out so they have that curve, kind of like a corset, but it's permanent because it's their ribs. But this one woman actually kept her ribs in a bag.
Okay, hold on real quick. If you don't want to see, like, I think there's some scars on this. I just gotta quickly scroll down. Just cover your eyes right now.
Trigger warnings.
Yeah.
That's not that bad. There's more down below.
Oh, really? Can you see the rib?
Yeah, in a bag.
Oh my God.
Ah!
Ooh, I never wanted to see that.
Jeff, I didn't sign up for this. So this is what it looks like. So it's like, almost like an hourglass kind of curve where they're removing their ribs to have that shape. Which is crazy because even in this article, it mentions how like you're removing protection to vital organs by taking out ribs. So if you're in a car accident or you get hit or something, somebody beats you up, you're fucked because there's no protection.
Holy crap. This is unbelievable.
It's so unhealthy. Look at that.
Who first thought of this? That's my question. Who's like,
Probably
I really want
somebody in Hollywood.
What is
Well, hold on. Right here. It says it, Craig. Dr. Raul somebody. Menzada Caprini.
He says, yes, Dr. Raul Menzeni begins with a CT scan of patient's chest to determine which ribs can be treated during I don't know who this guy is.
I don't like him.
But this guy, Rib X Car, that's the name of it. This guy needs to be removed. He needs to have his medical license. This is fucking dangerous, man, and disgusting.
It's awful, and it's so unhealthy. So unhealthy. You're fucking removing body parts to stay slim. You're not gonna stay like that forever. When you're 70, hello, you're not gonna be looking the same as you did like when you're 20. I don't know. This just sounds crazy to me.
Well, there's so many side effects to stuff that nobody even thinks about now. Like we're just gonna do this or take that, and I'm not uptight about anything, but this just seems dumb. Like I get it, you want to look good, but there's a limit, man. I'm not gonna chop off a body part to look good for whatever. That's just dumb.
Tell it to the trannies. I had to do that.
Arch,
you set me up.
Arch, there any body parts you'd like to have removed, Arch?
Removed? No off the top of my head.
Jeff,
there's so many things I could say after that.
What about being added to your body?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about enhanced?
Yeah. I could imagine something like you could enhance, like a third arm would be great, or a tail. I'd love a tail.
Oh, you are furry, aren't you?
Oh, think about it. You could have a third arm. You could play video games whilst also like fetching things on your desk. It'd be great.
Think of the coordination it would take to get used to that, though. It'd be weird.
Yeah, but he'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think you figure that shit out. It's just like a dog when they lose a leg. They still know how to run and stuff. They figure it all out. What kind of tail would you want, Arch? Like a lizard tail or like a dog tail?
Well, it would have to be nimble enough to actually be used for something.
Like a kangaroo tail, so you can bounce around.
I don't know. Like it would have to just be like a hand on a appendix of some sort, because if it's useless, that's the worst of both worlds. Like imagine if you just end up with like a dog tail and all it does is just hang there and look inconvenient. That'd be terrible.
People will know when you're happy or sad.
But do I want to communicate that?
You don't have to. Your tail does it for you.
Not to mention, like imagine sitting down and just crushing your tailbone constantly.
Don't guys kind of do that sometimes anyway?
Our tailbones?
No.
I actually, it's funny because I have footage actually of Arch's tail here. It's funny you mentioned this. Here we go.
What is that?
Oh yeah, those.
I like that movie.
You ever seen Shallow Hal, Blabs?
No.
Oh,
it might not be for you.
No. Do you have like some weird ass belly button or like a hernia?
It's about a dude who gets basically hypnotized to see only the beautiful things in people, and so he starts dating like big women and this type and that type. So it's got like a message behind it, but it's pretty funny overall.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So there's more to this story here, Blabs, from Kate Winslet of all things.
She was kind of right, and I think I forgot to grab Disra's tweet about it because she's talking about plastic surgery and how all these women are getting it, and that they're going to age, and that's what's beautiful. I want to read out Dispar's tweet. Here it is. I got it real fast. So this is like a TLDR of that article. Let me share. Get out of here, stupid StreamYards. Okay. So Dispar put it out so eloquently as he always does. He says, this was a great quote, which, by the way, let me read this real fast. He says, if a person's self-esteem is so bound up in how they look, it's frightening and it's puzzling because I have moments when I think it's better when I look at actresses at events dressed how they want, whichever shape. But then so many people are on a weight loss drugs. It's so varied. Some are making choices to be themselves. Others do everything that they can to not be themselves. And do they know what they're putting in their bodies? The disregard for one's health is terrifying, which all makes sense, right? It bothers me now more than ever. It's so fucking chaos out there. My favorite thing is when your hands get old, that's life in your hands. Some of the most beautiful women I know are over 70, and what upsets me is that young women have no concept of what being beautiful actually is. And I agree with her. It's true, because like even when you're 70, you can still be beautiful, which is what Disprew's arguing against, which I kind of don't agree with. He says, this was a great quote right up until she started calling 70-year-olds beautiful, but I think he's misunderstanding her context. No, you're not beautiful forever. You move into a stage of your life where you don't have to be. You're meant to be already married and not competing anymore. You become a person whose value comes from elsewhere. If you keep telling 70-year-olds they have to compete with 20-year-olds, they will have surgery as they have no other option. But I don't see that as what Kate Winslet was saying. I think she's just saying
he missed the point.
Yeah.
That's like he missed the barn completely. Because also, too, I don't know this dude, so I'm not trying to pick it apart, but he's taken a physiological change versus a societal norm, which they don't really line up. Like the whole, you're supposed to be this, this, and that. You age before the society ever developed marriage or this or that. So either way, I just wanted to say that because I thought that was kind of a weird take, you know?
Yeah, I kind of get what he's saying, where it's like you're not technically beautiful anymore at 70 years old. I get that. However, you can still be beautiful and graceful and age, well. So, but I actually agree with what Kate has to say. Stop putting weird shit in your body and stop changing your bodies. Thank you. PSA.
Well, we're conflating beautiful with hot here.
That's also true.
Like, women aren't doing this to be beautiful. They're doing this to be hot.
No, that's a good point. You're muted, Craig.
Well, I've seen a lot of older women who they struggle with aging. Right. This is something that you see all the time, especially when you get into like your 40s or so. Like I'm 44. Right. I don't look like I did when I was 20, 25, but mentally I feel like I'm still 18. Right. So these women in particular, and men do this as well. Right. There's the midlife crisis, whatever. And right. But this is just part of aging. But when you have those resources available to you, or you have this pressure to constantly feel beautiful or look beautiful, I understand why women would want to do that, and men as well would want to make these changes, whether they're done for the purpose of their own self-worth or just the perceived value that they may bring to people based off especially once again, you're talking about Hollywood actresses who they were the hot young thing until they weren't, so it just goes back to, it's real simple. Hollywood is fake, and they're trying to be as fake as they can for as long as they can. So
agreed.
Yeah. Anything else on that, Blabs?
No, that was it. I just think it's crazy that we have a rib trend.
Yeah. Raging Wolf says, rest in peace, Bowser. All pets go to heaven. He's running around with my grandparents' dog, Shelly, and cat Butters, waiting for us on the other side. Much love. Thanks, Raging Wolf. Appreciate it.
Butters is a strange name for a cat.
I like how that's what you got.
Chat, what's the best pet name?
I had a cat named Shit Pancake once, but that was a long story.
Did you shorten it to SP or something like that? Or was it just always Shit Pancake? Come here.
Well, yeah, what happened was he was so bad and he would break shit, and we're like, you're like a shithead, you're this, you're that. And one day the name Shit Pancake came out, but he had a different name at first, and we called him that so much he only acknowledged it. So it was a thing for a while, but that was the weirdest pet name I ever had.
The best pet name I've ever known was a cat I barely remember because he was around when I was but a wee lad, and that was Theodore von Lundgren III.
That's a great name.
It's a great
Theodore.
name. Brilliant.
I knew a Theodore once. He was my age.
My grandparents' cat, and he was an abomination. in every meaning of the word.
My friend has a dog named Theodore Wiener.
Let's go.
Theodore Wiener's good as well.
That's a good name.
Awesome.
I don't really have that many original names. It's not, for some reason, there's so many animals that I know are named like Bruce or Bear or Duke.
Why would you name your animal Bear or Bruce?
I
Bruce
don't
is
know.
weird.
They're not my pets. I just know them. Like neighbors and stuff like that.
Like I imagine going outside of your house and going like, Bruce, dinner. Some middle-aged man just comes. What?
No, the worst one was actually my neighbor used to have a pit bull. Very, very sweet. Oh my gosh, like the most sweetest dog in the world. But his name was Bear. But where I live, there are actually bears. So sometimes I'd be confused if there was a bear or not, because you would just hear Bear in the middle of the woods or whatever. But it was just, they were just yelling for the dog to come back to the house. Fun story. He's the one that gives me the payday bars.
Wait, a dog gives you payday bars?
No, my neighbor does. Sometimes if I ever have to babysit a dog for 5 minutes.
That's a fair trade-off.
Isn't it? I had a payday bar, by the way, Craig.
Reel
while I
him
was in
back
Florida.
in. Reel him
You
back
didn't
in,
even
everybody.
know.
Here we go, kids. Reel him back in. Reel him back in. Here we are. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to our next story. But first, Mercenary says, orange cat named Cupcake, shepherd named Teddy.
That's
Mr.
not bad.
Rich Lowe says, the surgery is the reason why I genuinely believe that bringing back exile would be a positive for society. Let's go. Sunder Stiller says, I have a Basset that responds to Butthead.
I love that. Yo, butthead, get over here.
And Stove says, it's okay, Craig. Let it out. Rest in peace, sweet boy Bowser. Blabs, you're replaced by K. Jeff, how many Shang-Chi's on shelf now? Arch, great time on FNT. Blabs, don't go under desks.
I'll do what I want.
Okay, thanks, Blabs.
Don't go under
answer
the
the-
desk. You'll hurt yourself.
Just to answer your question real quick, I went back to that store from the video, and somebody bought all the Black Panther toys, but none of the Shang-Chi. So there's your answer. All the Shang-Chi's are still there.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
I actually have a little quick story that's gonna make you guys laugh. Over the weekend, I went to an aquarium, and there's like this little area where you have to crawl in to get in, like this little dome inside the tank, and it's like 5'4" height, so you have to crawl. And I actually got a rug burn on my knee because I crawled on rugs. I thought it was funny with the whole dust thing.
That's kind of short. I wouldn't even try to go in there.
Well, I'm just under 5'4", so I can actually stand in there without having any problems. But you do have to crawl to get in first. It's like a tunnel. It's for kids.
I'll stay outside. Yeah, I'm not a child, even though I
Cool.
was this size as a child.
Cool story, Blabs.
I thought it was funny because the whole dust thing last week.
Frosty Chaos says, I think HP Lovecraft's cat takes the cake. Thanks, Frosty.
Yeah.
Appreciate the time. What's
Can't
that? What's
say that on YouTube anymore.
My boy Hayden says, I had a husky named Persephone, like the Greek goddess. She loved to stop and sniff flowers on her walks, every single flower. If I didn't stop, she would use her husky pull powers to drag me to a flower we missed. That's awesome. Love that the puppy dog has their own unique little thing. They all have their own little personality, right? Persephone over there sniffing all the flowers. Bowser was the ultimate lap dog. He would find a way to make your way into your lap. It was great. All right, Arch, I have here a story about Cloudflare. What is going on here, buddy?
Cloudflare? Oh, is it? Oh, yes. So Gelboro is a website for people of discerning taste that may or may not host the occasional provocative picture. Open to this debate. But the EU has instituted regulations that means that all websites, regardless of not whether they're in the EU or in America, will have to abide by German law on what is and is not acceptable on the internet. And they've gotten Cloudflare to agree to this. And Cloudflare is responsible for a lot of web hosting. So this could spell a bit of a disaster for many, 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 many websites, as they're now basically bound by German law. And as I'm sure you can imagine, the Germans are a bit legislative.
Right. Germany essentially has gone into really since World War II. They've gone into the idea that you can't mention World War II, right, and all the bad things that have happened over there. So they're pretty censorious over
Yes.
there. So what is Gelbaru? I've never heard of this before.
Hentai sites.
Okay, it's a hentai site, and
Yeah.
they're saying that instead of following U.S. law, you have to follow German law.
Yes. So this is at the heart of a big controversy right now, where the EU is basically attempting to enforce their regulation on the internet, as everyone's trying to do this now. Britain was launching a lawsuit against 4chan, trying to make them follow British law. The EU is trying to make the internet follow EU law. America, of course, is also going like, no. American companies follow American law because, of course, there is no boundaries on the internet. And we've all basically been content with that because it's a question of like letting sleeping dogs lie. Like, don't fuck with it. Everyone's happy with it as is. But eventually, greedy legislators will run out of other things to destroy. And so here we are. It's not good for anyone, really.
How do you think that should be handled, right? Because we have, unlike Jimmy Joe's cookie shop down in the corner in Florida or whatever, like he is, I guess he can technically ship his Jimmy Joe's cookies off to Germany or whatever, or pick another country, Mexico, Canada, or even another state. But primarily, Jimmy Joe's cookie shops, they operate under the Florida law, right? But these websites, and this has been an ongoing conversation literally since websites have started, the idea of governing law. Now Cloudflare, though, Cloudflare is a fucking massive,
enormous.
Yes. And now, just to be clear, they're saying Cloudflare is saying that this is for every website.
Yes, Cloudflare is saying that all of the websites that they're hosting must abide by this.
By German law.
Yes. And that is, of course, the big move here, because like when Britain threatens 4chan, they can't actually do anything. And so 4chan just laughs at them. But now they actually do have Cloudflare, and that is a big problem because they don't then need to actually have an actual case for doing it. All they need to do is go like, oh, yes, you're in violation. Cloudflare, take them off the internet. And, I mean, who are you going to appeal to if that happens?
You know who's going to be, look, I know we're partners with Rumble and we stream over there on a day-to-day basis, but you know who's going to benefit from this is services like Rumble Cloud, where Rumble Cloud is about free speech, and they have a platform that, that's growing. It's certainly not to the size of Cloudflare, but that's what you need. You need a service that allows you the opportunity to have whatever you want on your platform. If you truly are free speech. I asked Rock, what are the immediate effects based for like American-based websites here? And it says, the immediate impact says if the report is validated, Cloudflare can suspend access to the site globally within seconds by purging caches and blocking the domain from its network. This affects all users, not just those in the reporting jurisdiction. Over the past 8 years, Cloudflare has terminated services on over 5,000 domains for CSAM issues, and CSAM is the German law that you're speaking of here. This is dangerous shit, man.
Yeah, it's very censorious, and honestly, the only way to handle this is going to basically be the biggest dog on the block stepping up and going, okay, no, you follow our law. And I hope that is going to be America, because America has far freer laws than everybody else. But right now, of course, there's a whole power battle between the EU and the US because they hate Trump and Trump doesn't really like them. There's the current threat about liquidating bonds in the US as well. Like, it's not a good time. It's not a good time.
This goes back to, there's always been talk about censoring the internet and shutting it down. I go back to, it's funny. It's actually very funny. There's a lot of irony in this, in that, we were talking about Bowser earlier. Melee Games actually tweeted a video where Bowser was in very early on Screw Attack, where we were talking about, do you guys remember SOPA?
Yep.
Yep.
Or Pippi or whatever the other one was with it.
Pippa.
SOPA, Pipa. Yeah, there have been quite a few.
Yep. But man, yeah, like I wasn't. He actually Melee Games actually tweeted out a video where Bowser was in. That's how long this has been going on. Where the video was about SOPA, but this is pretty fucking dangerous right here. And I think that you specifically, you operate in a country that has the First Amendment and the right to free speech. But I'm curious.
All taken away.
Oh, instantaneously. I wonder where Cloudflare is based as a company, because that's actually a very big.
Cloudflare is based, headquartered in San Francisco, California.
Oh, fucking commie, Florida. Okay, that's interesting.
Didn't they have a huge outage a couple weeks back? Isn't that why Twitter went down?
They did. Yes. Yep, they did. Yep. Headquarters, San Francisco, incorporated in Delaware, legal jurisdiction, subject to U.S. federal and California state laws. And it is traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So it is a mega corporation. So, yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That sucks. And we'll see the repercussions of this, which I'm sure will be many. Bentley Guy came in and says, we got a gray cat back in 2020, so we named it Gandalf. He was apparently born on May 5th, so we named him our Latin wizard. You see that? Cinco de Mayo. We also have a one-eyed cat named Odin. That's not an innuendo.
I like that. That's funny. One-eyed cat named Odin. Should name him One-Eyed Willie like the Goonies.
There you go.
Mercenary says if they liquidate the U.S. bonds, it's in February. What is that about? I don't even know. What's that? I saw that's like a big threat or something. What is that about?
Yes. So the EU, of course, holds a considerable amount of the U.S.'s various not mortgages, but was it borrowed money? I'm forgetting the English term at the moment. But yeah, loans. So if the EU decides to sell those off, it means that they could sell them to China or whoever of the America's actual enemies. And it would also mean that all of these debts would cease being real. So like all of the money that is in the US banks would basically disappear and so on. It would take an enormous amount of value just directly out of the US monetary system. So it is a big deal.
Is this one of those things that can cripple the economy, or is it? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I literally know
potentially
nothing
yes. It could have lead to a major economic crash.
Okay, nice. That sounds horrible. Thank you for that. Camel Toe Tag says, for a cat named General So. Plus, I got a bulldog named Deuce. Why? Because he dropped a deuce in my car the day we got him. There we go. That's all you need to know. They're all inspired. Dan says, my English bulldog is named Blizzard. Rip Bowser. Thanks, Dan. Mercenary was talking about his dog getting stolen. He says, yeah, it's an epic demographic.
No, I think he's referring to the French bulldogs. Because I came in for that, which is crazy again. Stop stealing people's dogs and cats.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Fucking weird, man. All right. And Trevorn says, Arch can't wait to watch Troubleshooter stream. What's that about?
Troubleshooter, a video game the chat has funded me to play. I don't know what it's about yet.
Oh, great.
I'll find out.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's go and move on. We'll get to the rest of your Super Chats, Directions, and Rumble Rants here in just a minute. But, hey, we all work on YouTube here on a day-to-day basis. We work on various platforms, YouTube, Twitch, Kick. We have Side Scrollers Plus, which is great. But YouTube, a lot of our viewerships comes from there. And we like to think, YouTube is a really, honestly, it's a good platform. It is a very good platform. But there's a lot of change that has happened over YouTube over the last, 10, 15 years since its initial launch, I guess 20 years ago now. And a lot of this stems from the multiple CEOs who have gone in and made various content changes or policy changes when it comes to content. We saw several years ago the adpocalypse that happened because of various things. Now the big controversy is AI. artificial intelligence and how it is both moderating the platform and content that is being produced for the platform with AI. First, before we get into the story, do y'all have any hard stances on AI when it comes to content creation? Is this something that you will not use, or are you open to using AI for content creation?
So with creative projects that require writing and artwork, all human-based, 100% all the time. But like editing, I use AI to edit my audio because it can just go through and pick out the best takes, remove the retakes, fix the levels. So from a technical standpoint, I'm all about that. But if it's like generative AI to take away artists' jobs, I'm strictly against it.
Wait. There's a way you can edit your audio with AI. If you like, do you just give it the script and it'll take out it'll give you your best takes and stuff? Well, what is that?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you off air because
okay.
I've learned not to give my competitors all my secrets, but I got a system down that I can knock out 60% of my work time. So
interesting.
I think that is interesting though, because that's what AI. That's the advantage of AI is it cuts down your workflow dramatically, right? You can get things done, be more efficient, and that's why I like it. Arch, what are your thoughts on AI? Would you use AI for content?
I use it for thumbnails occasionally because I have a specific image in mind and that image doesn't actually exist. So it's very easy to go to Grok and just go like, okay, make this for me, right? Using it as an assistant too, I have no real problems with whatsoever. Creatively as well, I don't mind so long as it's used responsibly, I guess. See, the thing is, I view AI as a potential democratizing tool when it comes to making stuff. Because right now, the only people who can make things with real scope scale, in terms of like TV shows or movies, are the people who have a lot of money to do so. AI could potentially allow the average Joe to make his own stuff with a minimum of investment, which I like the idea of. So I am not in theory against AI, and I see why people want to use it, but I largely view it as a tool that the little guy should use. I don't like it when Coca-Cola uses it. I don't like it when McDonald's uses it, as they did recently for one of their ads, because these people should be expected to be able to actually, pay for the art and the content they produce. Yeah, a multi-billion-dollar corporation doesn't need AI to make a commercial.
Right.
Agreed.
It's interesting because for me, I always go back to what is the cutoff? At a certain point of revenue, are you allowed to, when are you allowed to not use it? Well, we generated $1 million for revenue, so now you can't use AI. Or, is it $10 million? Is it $1 billion? At what point are you no longer allowed to use it in the creative process? I don't know. That's very subjective.
True. Like, it is very subjective. And it's very difficult to make any kind of general sweeping rules about anything like this, which is why I largely just refer to my gut on this. Like, okay, if it's a single individual who does it, I don't feel particularly upset. When McDonald's releases an AI advertisement, I am upset because, like, okay, you can afford it. There might be, like, again, like you say, like a difficult cutoff point, but I sure as fuck know that McDonald's ain't it.
Right. Yes, McDonald's. And here's the thing. AI it will be, and it continues to be a hot button topic. I mean, even in our chat, some people are like, hell yeah. And some people are like, fuck no. Is very, you find people, a lot of creatives. Honestly, I think it comes from the fear of the unknown, right? Whenever something new, a new tool happens, there's a lot of like resistance against. I mean, go back to the printing press, right? Oh, we're going to replace our job, and ultimately what happened was innovation and well, yes, less people were actually writing out scripts, and then but it made
the difference is generative AI is technically stolen from other people's artwork. The people that have taken the time, that have put in the money, that have worked. So, like, if I can go to Grok and say, give me Batman that looks like it's drawn by Jim Lee, it just scanned thousands of pictures that guy drew. And I'm not saying, like, he's hurting for money, but when it comes to that kind of creative stuff, I do, because, like, it's a different beast to make this stuff. We'll just stick with the comic stuff, but that's, like, a different beast. If somebody's coming in with AI, they're selling stolen artwork then they're going to say, well, it's theirs, and then they're going to make money off of other people's work. And that's where I have an issue. Because from like business, I look at it as like, if you're one guy, I'm with you, Arch. You know, McDonald's has thousands of employees, tens of thousands, and they own so much property in America, they can afford it. But like, if I'm trying to, you know, set up a business, like a global thing, and I needed to run all these other tasks, I'm for it. But I think that's why I'm so strict about it, Craig, because I'm not against it at all. I research and I use it a lot. But if you're taking other people's work to build your own work, I think that's scummy. And there really isn't a way to like justify it to me.
Yeah, and I hear you on that. But I think we're going to reach a point where, yes, most of what you're seeing now is built on other people's work, other people's art style, things like that. But I think this is a small window in the Venn diagram where eventually it will be able to take its own thing and create its own style, maybe perhaps. But like I said, regardless of how you feel about AI, I see it as a tool. I'm very upfront saying that we will be using AI to create some shows moving ahead. I think that if you don't use it, I said this yesterday on the show when we were out in Florida. Look, if you're against AI, I totally understand it, right? I know George, we've had him on the show several times. He is an extremely talented guy, right? My only question is when it comes to AI is, do you use Photoshop? Do you use autofill? Are you autofilling a color on that? Well, if you're autofilling a color, you're not doing it hand by hand. You know what I mean? Once again, it goes to where's the line? But I see people who are like, the best analogy I can give is somebody standing on a beach who is holding up a sign that is saying no AI, and there's a giant fucking wave of AI that's about to engulf them, right? They're going to drown. And because AI is here, it's here, it's going to be here, and you better embrace it, or at least leverage it in some way, shape, or form. It's not going back into the ketchup bottle, you know? So with all that said, yes.
There are cases where you couldn't do something logistically without AI. Like I'm working on a fantasy setting along with Sargon, and we wanted a very specific style for the artwork we wanted. So we've got cards, we've got 120 cards, and we're like, okay, we would like to have some art on these cards. So we sat down like, okay, how long will it take us to produce all of this art in the style that we want, assuming we could find an artist capable of replicating precisely what we wanted? And we came up with a number of 360 weeks.
Right.
Like, okay. Yeah, no. Grok, can you do this? And Grok does. I'm like, okay, well, fuck. We either wait 360 weeks or we launch with this, and we are open with people and go like, okay, we want to have actual art. When we get the time, we want to hire actual artists to replicate all of this. But until then, we're not going to wait like 3-4 years to do it. So
let me say this, man. We are, and I see the chat being like, yes, AI will destroy humanity. I think that there's so many layers to this discussion, right? But and we haven't even got to this damn story, but we'll get to this in just a minute about YouTube and AI. But we have a show we're working on that's an animated show, and we are I've been working on this for months, and I think this show really has an opportunity to be successful. But I had an animator put together an animation for this. It took them 6 weeks, right? We then took that animator and said, hey, make keyframes of the start of these individual scenes, and we'll have AI fill in between it with the animations. Arch, it was done in 90 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Like the simple problem is, like, I have literally made thousands and thousands of dollars worth of custom art for my various law series. I have not skimped on this. I have employed dozens of artists over the time of my career. I've got several on active payroll right now. I have been a massive patron of the arts in the modern age for this. But okay, an artist, I give him like, make me this. It takes a month, and I get it. And it's great quality. It's what I want. I'm happy with it. I'm happy to pay for it. But the AI can do it in 30 seconds. Like, it's just, at one point, we do need to face reality and go, okay, this isn't going to stop. Like you say, Craig, like this
Right.
isn't something we can just close our eyes to and ignore. It's just not going to happen.
Well, it depends, because there's a lot of lawsuits looking into AI, because it's not just like it literally will take images that are copywritten and pull them. And I'm friends with a lawyer. He's a close friend, and he's like, this stuff isn't as locked in as people think. And if copyright law gets involved with it, certain elements will get taken away. I'm not saying AI is going away. That's silly to say it. But based on conversations I've had with him, if they can prove you stole this, and this, there is a ramification down the road with generative AI for art. I think it's fascinating what you can do with animation. And what is that? The one Sora? I have that. I haven't even played around with it. That's crazy what you can do with it. And I think it's a lot of fun for like internet-based stuff. I think it's hilarious. But I don't think we're
there
at
are
the end
possible
of the story
legal
yet.
remedies. But I think it's going to be extraordinarily hard to point to a certain piece of generated AI content and go, that came specifically from this thing.
Right. Look, it's going to be an ongoing discussion, not for days or weeks, years and decades.
Forever.
And it's a nonstop thing. I saw somebody mention in the chat, they said, if you can't ignore the digital age, you can't ignore the AI era. Right. And it's here. It's here, whether we like, and it happened quick, didn't it? Right. This is 2-3 years. AI became a thing. ChatGPT became a thing. And all of a sudden it's here. These are billion-dollar companies. Now, speaking of billion-dollar companies, YouTube CEO, Neil Mohan, I think is how you say his name, told Time Magazine. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the AI moderation stuff that was going on with, where they were like deleting a bunch of channels with their AI moderation.
Yep.
Well, they are more or less tripling down on this here. It says AI will make our ability to detect and enforce violative content better, more precise, and able to cope with scale every week. Literally, the capabilities get better. Talking about how they're going to use it to combat misinformation scams and AI slop. The irony of using AI to combat AI slop. There is definitely something there. It's funny because going back to the AI slop aspect of this, some people see AI slop as anything that's made with AI, like literally anything. And some people said it just goes down to your personal level of taste when it comes to, well, it crossed over at this for me, and they can't exactly put their finger on it, but they know it when they see it, right? And I understand that, but I mean, we've also, like, people say TikToks or TikTok slop or AI slop or whatever. And we've all seen the AI videos of the guy going with the generic AI voice, like, can you believe this is the thing? And it's always the same AI voice every single time. And that's kind of what they mean. But so, yeah, AI, YouTube is doubling and tripling down on that. So
it was.
And go on.
I was just going to say, like, I get the irony. I guess since I'm a creative person, like I'm not trying to gatekeep or hold the bar, but like if you can create something, go ahead and do it. And if you can use it to, like, basically, I just don't like when people that don't really know how to do the thing are using it and it's detrimental to the whole, like, it poisons the well in a way. Cause it's after a certain point, like, it'd be like, to me, I look at what AI slop is like 6-7 or Skibbity Toilet or garbage that adds nothing to the conversation. People are like, well, it should be there because it's a freedom of speech. And that's fine. But, I should have the right to criticize it the same way. Not everything is as valuable as, just because it's on YouTube doesn't mean it's equally valuable or equally dangerous, stuff like that. I think YouTube's gone way overboard with a lot of its, what's the word I'm looking for? Just the way it handles things. Because I've been on here for 10 years, and the way they handle stuff now versus the way they did then, it's day and night. And I don't know if it's going in the direction that's good for the creator. It's more commercial than ever. It's like, now they use AI to cut. Remember, like, when you had to put your own ad breaks in? Now it's like AI reads when there's a natural slowing down, and you're like, oh, there's an ad. I think that's where YouTube's headed. It's just like a big commercial.
Epsilon Sama says, you will be replaced. We all will be replaced. 100%.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We 100% will be replaced for sure. Well, we'll continue to talk about AI on the channel. It'll be an ongoing discussion for a long time. And like I said, we will embrace the tools that we have in front of us, and you will see those tools in 2026.
It's not going to save you from Skynet, Craig. I'm just letting you know on the machines do.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. It will not save us.
There's no Schwarzenegger coming to save the day, John Connor. You're done.
Nope. Seaman Nader says AI could also be helpful with referencing for your art. Thank you, Seaman. Marmalin says the dangerous word in that statement: misinformation. According to who? AIs are all created by super lefty, and these algos are heavily leaning that way. Oh yes, yeah. The misinformation aspect of that. I mean, once again, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, misinformation has all been proved to be correct today. So. Sunder Stiller says, it amazes me how the left are so censorious, yet call the right fascist. Even in the past, the right with Christian conservatives never wanted to censorship. We just don't want our kids, want mature things shown to our kids. Thanks, Sunder Stiller. Hayden came back with 20, says, I use AI to get a baseline for a thumbnail, then make adjustments to it. I probably need to find other uses to cut down the workload of making videos, since I've had my channel on hiatus since like April because of work. Yeah, and I actually do that as well. Like, so we have a meeting every week with our team, with side scrollers, Blabs, Phoenix, and Dez, and Sam. And what I do for that is I just talk to ChatGPT and say, hey, these are the things that I want, and it just condenses it all down, and it saves me probably an hour. And it takes me 5 minutes to do. It's just an efficiency thing. So that's how I like to leverage it. And I think that's how most people should leverage AI, is use it as a tool. So,
dude, I had to do some kind of file work where it would have taken me literally hours to scoop through like 10,000 lines of whatever. And it did it in like 95 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, my whole day is free.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, dude. And have you ever noticed too, and this isn't a promotional thing because I pay for both, ChatGPT is way more efficient for business operations than Grok. Like, I know Grok is less censored and stuff like that, but if you're asking one to do like literally format this CSV file, I find that ChatGPT goes way more in depth as a tool than Grok. And that's just me trying to tell people that are wanting to make YouTube content, because I do it. So I'm always trying to help other people get their voices out there.
Katie Astronaut says, I wanted to propose a question to Jeff. I wonder if he understands how copyright law has gotten out of hand, that we have Nintendo trying to make it illegal to use a monster catching system. My point is, all the boundary pushing with AI is needed so that they can eventually rewrite all these dinosaur laws. Do you agree?
Yes and no. Like, as an artist, if you took my drawings of a character and then AI was doing something and you're making money off my work without paying me, that's never going to sit well with me. And that's not just me, that's any artist. I get that we want like the freedom to do these things. We want to be able to do anything we want. But like, at the end of the day, I'll say it like this, what pisses me off is like, it is a process for anybody to get anything done, to make that stuff. And any kind of tool that just cuts those people out of existence, that's their livelihood. So we want to talk about freedom of this and that. This tool does take away from other people's ability to work. So I'm all about it for everything else but generating art to sell. Like that, like a YouTube thumbnail isn't selling art. That's just a tool to get people to watch the video that you yourself made. And I'm okay with that. But the Nintendo stuff is beyond head scratching. I can't believe the gameplay mechanics and stuff they get away with. But it goes to show you, if you have enough money, you can really get away with a lot of stuff in the legal system. And Nintendo's got, at one point, didn't they have more cash than most companies outside of Apple? Like, they were
right.
They will never be they'll never be checked because they have the money to keep things going forever. But I'm more of on the small scale. I'm not worried about, oh man, somebody used Mickey Mouse for this and that. I'm talking about like dude that has a couple things out there that, people are stealing from, and he just gets wiped off the board.
Yeah. Once again, it goes to, where's the line, right? What line are you no longer able to use it from a revenue perspective, from a moral perspective, whatever. It's funny because I see Epsilon Sama very passionate about this in the chat. I appreciate it. I love it. It's really, really great. Like I said, the thing is, there's no right or there is a right or wrong answer for you personally, but legally, that's where we're at now. There's no right or wrong answer, and I will eventually get there. Delta came into 5, says, wow, so men can be cured of baldness, but when women want to remove a rib or two, suddenly it's a problem. more of the fascist patriarchy dictating society. Thank you, Delta. John came in with a $50 direct donation. Blabs says, cheers to the good boy Bowser. Craig, I'm heading to press start play right now to see how good it is. That's the greatest arcade I've ever been to. Blabs, Persona 5 is the best game of all time. Please put that in sometimes. And not Laundry Simulator. Thanks for all you do. John, let me know what you think of it, buddy, of the arcade. Delta says, to Arch's point in AI, it double sucks when you think McDonald's or Coca-Cola must be saving money in AI, but then you eventually see they give 3 people over $5 million to screw up. Tenarian says, I can't think of a particularly good pet name that I've encountered. However, I've considered getting a hairless cat just to call it Curly.
That's funny.
Like the idea. Sigrun says, can you explain the meaningful distinction between AI to copy and generate art in a style and a human artist autistically copying someone's style?
Well, it's actually, there's a phrase for it in comics. It's called aping, and it's equally looked down upon. I'm not saying it's like looked down upon, but when in this art form, if you copy Todd McFarlane, there's this guy I follow on Facebook. He's a fine artist, but it looks just like Todd McFarlane drew it. The difference for me is it's like, that's not going to take away from Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane doesn't own Spider-Man. He has a style that this guy copies, and it's not really, he can't really sell Spider-Man art because Marvel will come after him. But it's also the human thing. Also, too, like that person spent years studying art. That there's some merit to that. It's not literally a computer was just like fed a comic book and it figured out how to do it. So
it's honestly, it's really like exciting to see the various points of conversation and contention in the chat. Like I said, those who are passionate about it, very passionate about it, and those who are not, they're cool. Victory Campaign says, along with making win bars, I use AI to create songs for children with cancer. I feel like the songs are better than what's on the radio. Nice.
That's not hard to achieve, sadly.
Yes.
Because there also comes in one thing, right? With the creative bankruptcy of a lot of the world today, where, okay, why is AI getting #1 best-selling hits on the Billboard charts?
Right.
Is that because AI is just amazing, or is it because a lot of the stuff on the Billboard charts is actually garbage?
Fair point.
Let's go and move on to our next story here. And this is, listen, I'm really excited for Jeff on this. Did you see the news that the original Star Wars returns to theaters in February of 2027 in its original 1977 theatrical release form here? Jeff?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I am excited. A few months ago, I discovered the leaks about this. Over on some forum, somebody had been posting images of a Star Wars restoration, and they had these like super high quality images, and then all of a sudden video started to pop up, and then video of things that you wouldn't have access to as a fan started to pop up. And so I had been thinking about this for a while, and then we got the official confirmation. I don't like Disney Star Wars, but they didn't make this one, so I'm going to be there day one.
Now, as somebody who's seen each Star Wars movie one time, from what I understand, there's some changes between the different versions of Star Wars. Like there was the original theatrical release, then they changed things when it got brought over to home video, and then there's some things that were in like the TV release of it. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's a lot of different edits of Star Wars, and a lot of people say, I just want the original one that I grew up with. Even the videotape one's not the original one. So I won't go into detail, but there's like sound effects differences and different lines of dialogue and CGI. It keeps going up. It gets crazier.
Arch, got any interest in A New Hope Episode 4 being re-released?
I don't like the entire idea of re-releases now. It just yet again is another example of how little good stuff we produce these days. It is a tragedy. Is
this where theaters are going?
Yep. Working on video.
Yeah. Are they just going to be a nostalgia play from here on out? And I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that.
I mean, what else are they gonna do?
Popcorn buckets. Have you seen those? Like the
Oh,
$50 buckets? That's all they're.
The popcorn bucket is a big player on our show for sure. Yeah.
Speaking
absolutely.
of which, Mally will be on tomorrow. Wait for a new one we found.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh great. You know, it's funny. We're gonna get into the Netflix WB stuff here in a minute, but Critical Drinker actually had a video about this, about the change of theaters and the theater experience and kind of what they're going to be. And he talks about the overwhelming price and how it's now this is an outdated piece of way to consume content. Actually, let me just play a couple minute or so of this video, and I thought he made some really good points. I'm just going to pick it up midway through. Hopefully we're at a good point.
Effects, bigger screens, louder sound systems. Studios and theatres have been locked into a cinematic arms race for decades now, pushing technology and spectacle as far as they could go until finally they hit an evolutionary dead end. It was always going to happen, it was just a question of when. And as it happens, the answer is now. So what does it all mean? Is this the end of Hollywood? The end of movies? The end of the world as we know it? No, of course not. There's always going to be a demand for entertainment. That'll never change. It's just the method of delivery that's evolving. People are going to watch more movies in the comfort of their own homes. It's inevitable. Theatrical windows are going to get shorter and probably vanish altogether eventually, so that movies will get released simultaneously onto streaming and theatrical. Movie theatres will still exist to some extent, but just like the old musical theatres from the 19th century, they'll become a much more niche experience, reserved for film buffs and occasional big event movies that people can't afford to miss. Box office revenues are going to keep declining until eventually they become obsolete metrics, and a film's real success will be determined by the number of hours watched on streaming, none of which will be independently verifiable, allowing studios to hide massive and embarrassing flops behind subscription walls. And as for the studios themselves, I'd expect more and more of them to be bought over by streaming and tech giants like Netflix, Apple, and Amazon in the years ahead. Businesses that make their real money elsewhere and can easily afford to pump billions of dollars into film and TV production, even if a lot of it never actually turns a profit. Do I like where all this is going? Not really, because despite all their flaws, I think there is still something kind of special about going into a movie theatre and just losing yourself in a film for a couple of hours. But pretending this stuff isn't happening or that it can be magically reversed is like telling yourself that internet cafes or public payphones or video rental stores are going to make a comeback someday. They won't, because the moment technology made these things irrelevant, the culture quickly adapted to live without them. Movie theatres are dying out, and the Hollywood system that relied on them is dying along with them. Whether something better eventually comes to replace them is anyone's guess. Anyway.
Yeah, there you go. At its core, I feel like that's what theaters are gonna turn into. It's just a novelty act of nostalgia, just like a drive-in theater today, where they're kind of few and far between, and they'll eventually be converted to entertainment complexes or something, and these companies will have to pivot even more than they already have. But I think what you're going to see is more of this, and the timing of Star Wars being released, obviously the 50th anniversary. We've already started to see this in a major way. Back to the Future re-released, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles being re-released, all these movies from the 80s and 90s being put back in theaters and generating more revenue, way more revenue than they would have generated just by putting it on streaming.
And if you notice, the two movies you just named got anniversary home video releases, and home video's evolved. I'm a big home video guy. I'm not proud to say it, but I dropped like 40 something bucks on a steelbook of a movie. Like, that's where it's going. Like, I'm going to put myself in this category, and people can agree if they're in this, but like a guy like me, I like movies. I will go see it in theaters, and if I like it, I'll buy it on disc. Streaming to me is like the bare minimum alternative. It's like, I have Christmas Vacation. I could watch it on Max, but I bought the disc. I want the best presentation across the board. Streaming is not the best presentation. And I think the difference between like a musical theater comparison and something else is the technology has evolved, but people have changed. And I also feel like the push away from movie theaters is a business decision that these tech companies do want. If we look at the Netflix change, if we look at other things that are happening, there are certain things in history that we evolve as people and we move away from it naturally. I do think movie theaters, some of the push for the way we consume movies is being pushed by the people who benefit from streaming and make money elsewhere. So it's more than just this is the natural progression of where we were going to go.
Arch, when was the last time you saw a movie in a theater?
Not that long ago, but it was a special movie because it was about the war in Norway, the Second World War. So it was a particular interest. Because, again, like movie theaters, their claim to being the optimal experience has been severely weakened by the constant growth in home entertainment technology. And I do indeed believe that they are probably an outdated medium at this point, which was sort of inevitable, especially also as we have downplayed the social aspect of them ever more and more as well. And I don't know if I'm necessarily sad about that. It's just one of those things that happens. I don't think I mind. I've never been like enormously on the side of like, oh, we must have movie theaters because of some inherent positive quality.
Right.
Well, you brought up the social aspect. I have seen more movies than I can even remember. But I'll tell you, the movies that stand out the most for me are movies that I've seen in a theater where everyone was on board with the experience. Like the first Avengers. We laughed, we cheered, we applauded. That was 13 years ago. And I can remember it like it was yesterday because it was that fun. It's like when you go to a theme park and you're like, oh man, the time I rode the Beast or whatever and it rained and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just, to me, I do feel like I would be losing something if they went away because I got a 4K TV. I can get 4K Blu-rays. I have a sound bar with surround sound and all that stuff. But I went and saw Batman back in September. There was a double bill, that and Batman Returns. And it was nothing like seeing the end of the movie where Batman is looking up at the bat signal and the bell rings and the theater's vibrating. And it's just like you're surrounded by this movie. You know, at home, you're at home. I like when you have to go out to experience a thing. It makes it feel more special. And like when they announced the Star Wars shit, I thought to myself, I'll probably go see it multiple times, probably that day, because it is my favorite movie and it is a thing. And it's a way to experience it in a way that you can't do it at home. And anybody that says watching on videotape is the same as seeing it in theater, it's just not. And I really do like the social aspect of it. It's so nice to, like, when I walk out of a movie theater, I will ask people, and I don't even know, hey, what'd you think of it? I went and saw, the Thunderbolts earlier this year, and I randomly started talking to this lady, like, what'd you think? Talked for like 10 minutes about it. You can't do that at home or Netflix. You know, you can give it a thumbs up. You can maybe go to Reddit, but people act differently on the internet than they do in person.
Right. Well, people, with that said, when you go to a theater and people are on their phones and they're, it is a social thing and it does suck.
I tell people to shut up, and people don't mess with me because I'm the biggest dude in the room, and they're not going to try to pick a fight with the angry guy that wants to watch his
nice.
movie.
Take one for the ones who can't do it. Go, Jeff.
Until Jeff's going to get capped. Clap, clap.
Play the SmackDown. I don't shoot anybody.
Speaking of Star Wars, Jeff, you have a project happening here. What's going on here over on Kickstarter?
So, folks, I have Stealing Solo 2, The Power of the Farce. A lot of you have checked out Stealing Solo 1, which is a graphic novel I made about 6 years ago about a group of disgruntled Star Wars fans who kidnapped Harrison Ford and forced him to remake Star Wars in their basement. And after a lot of books had moved and a lot of people had requested it, the sequel is now ready. So for the next day and change, it's over on Kickstarter, and you can grab a copy. This one, Mark Hamill, kidnaps those kidnappers and forces them to remake The Last Jedi in an attempt to reclaim his dignity and his sanity. And I've had a lot of fun making it. A lot of the people that have read the script early on laughed, and that's my whole point, is I want to make you guys laugh with my book.
Nice. Cool. So 55 hours to go. It's truly time to get moving on this. So awesome. Congratulations. It's already funded, but seems like if you are a Star Wars fan, this seems like a fun little opportunity to check out fan work.
Honestly, though, it's not really like a Star Wars fan thing. It's a commentary on entertainment. Oh. Really, it's like the green screen is a joke. I make fun of the way movies are made. It started out as a Star Wars parody, but it became something a little deeper. And when I get to the next closing chapter in the book, it's literally going to be fighting the army of the undead franchises. So it's very much, if you dislike where movies are, you don't even have to like Star Wars. It's a situation where I don't like modern day movies, and I wanted to make fun of it in the sharpest way possible.
Awesome. Well, everyone go check it out. We'll put a link to the Kickstarter
Links are in the description below, and they're in all the chats.
Thank you. Joey says, I think those of us who pay attention to the movie or entertainment news are not surprised in the least that streaming platforms are taking over the movie-going experience. It really sucks. We're going to get to that very, very shortly. Sly Maverick says, Top Gun Maverick in theaters was one of the greatest movie experiences I've ever had.
Still bought it on disc. That movie was awesome.
Gamer Kev says, anime is the best experience you can find in theaters.
And Demon Slayer did do a shit ton of money. So
yeah, I think the number one movie in the world this year was an anime. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, Demon Slayer. Yeah. Or even like Demon Hunter, which was a Netflix release, and then I think it was released in cinemas too.
Max Smalls for 10 says, if theaters had good movies, people would go. No one is staying home to drink because it can be better. This is like the bar started serving crappy drinks no one wanted. Interesting analogy there. Dan says, I would like to see the original cut of the first Star Wars. I only grew up with Star Wars, the special editions. Even my dad told me he wanted to see the original versions again, and he grew up seeing them. Nice. Well, you have your opportunity here in 18 months or so.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. All right, let's go and move on to our next story. And once again, go check out Jeff's comic over there. Man, we got holy shit, we're running up against it. Oh my God. We've been talking for 2 hours about all sorts of things, dildos on robots and Star Wars.
I blame Arch.
These things happen, guys.
Yeah.
I am, as always, blameless.
All right, well, let's go to our top story here. I don't even know if we're gonna have time to get our Anita Sarkeesian today. God dang it! But let's get to the big story today, and that has been the ongoing saga of the Netflix Warner Brothers merger. Now, we've talked about this on the show a little bit, but this has been going back and forth as there's been hostile takeover bids, and at the end of the day, I don't think anybody can look at this and be like, well, that's a good idea. This is going to be good for
I actually know someone who thinks it's amazing.
Yeah,
I do. Wrong. And I'm like, what are you on? But yeah.
And who's that? Call him out.
Well, I don't particularly know him in person. It's like another Harry Potter collector, but he's all like, oh my God, this is the greatest news ever. And I'm like, you are high. So,
yeah. Well, it is not a done deal yet, but they have announced this with the intentions of it happening. This is the Netflix co-CEO met with Donald Trump in November to discuss the deal happening. And he said he left with the impression that Netflix wouldn't face a regulatory pushback. And Trump thinks the highest bidder should acquire Warner Brothers. And Paramount bid lower because they thought it had a political advantage. We kind of touched on this the other day. And then Paramount came in and they were looking for a hostile bid. And then Paramount tried to launch the hostile bid, which I got to be honest, I would love to be in a situation where things are so tense that they're like willing to throw extra money at you in a hostile, be like, no, we want to pay for this. We want to buy this here. But Netflix has been they've been interested in buying a lot of companies. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Netflix also, in addition to WB, which we'll come back to in just a second, also considered buying EA and Disney. Holy shit.
I feel like we've heard this one before about Netflix wanting to buy Disney. Not the EA bit, but I feel like the Disney one was a rumor like years ago. And I just don't like all these big companies buying each other out and then owning everything. I always hated that. Again, I'm going to say what I always say. I really wish Warner Brothers got their shit together and just were able to manage their own company, but they just are so incredibly retarded. All the way from merch to movies to video games. They just don't know what day of the week it is.
Which is weird, too, because they had a bunch of hits.
Oh, they so did. Yeah, even Barbie.
Minecraft. Yeah, I didn't like that movie, but it made $1 billion. Yeah. Like, it was a huge hit and moved merchandise, and people were talking about it. So I can't believe, even with all those hits, that they've screwed up.
Oh, well, yeah, they don't know what day of the week it is, and then they get like one good thing.
Yeah, not enough hits. Simple as. They've been dropping the ball more often than they've been picking it up.
Yes, I have a whole list of I can just say off the top of the head from the last decade, right? So the whole Fantastic Beasts franchise controversy / DC controversy with like Ezra Miller, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. That's 3 of them. The whole J.K. Rowling stuff with Fantastic Beasts, the video games, Wonder Woman, Hogwarts Legacy, Batman, not Batman, but like what the fuck, Suicide Squad, Quidditch, Champions Bomb. Like there's so many things that they keep flopping, and you can even look at merch. Like the merch has done well, but they've gone and oversaturated. And they even told you that we're gonna keep pumping even more merch out, even more than ever before. And it's like, is that a good idea? Like, are you guys gonna be making money off that? I don't know.
It's not good merch.
No, it's not. So it's just like every little thing that they've done is just incredibly stupid, where they'll have one good thing here and there. And like even the HBO remake of Harry Potter, it's like, what are you doing? Ugh.
So the thing about Netflix in general, as we're talking here, Netflix, just a quick breakdown of their revenue here. And over the last 12 months, how much revenue do you think Netflix has generated?
A lot.
Glad you said revenue and not profit. I don't know, 32 billion?
Blabs?
50?
Arch?
I'll go for 20, so we've got the entire spread covered.
Total revenue for the past 12 months ending September 30th, 2025, $43.37 billion. I always like to do the breakdown of what this looks like, how much revenue they're generating on a day-to-day basis. So revenue per month, $3.6 billion per month. Revenue per day, $118 million per day. Revenue per hour, $5 million an hour. Revenue per minute, $82,516 a minute. And revenue per second, every second, Netflix is generating $1,375. So in the time for me to, what's that?
That's my goal for my businesses.
Oh, yeah. So this idea of, acquiring a company like Disney or WB, I don't know how they're doing it, but it's just constant revenue. They're going crazy, man. It's a whole lot of dollar bills, y'all.
Well,
so Arch.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to say a lot of tech stuff is speculative, though. And like with a lot of people talk about AI investment, there's a lot of speculation. They just keep pumping up to artificially. Basically, with AI, they use AI because it builds up our economy and makes it look good. A lot of stuff with Netflix, it took them so long to make a profit. I'm glad you brought up the revenue talk, because it all is bad, because it's not really the ground's not as secure as we want it to be, or they need it to be.
Mm-hmm. Arch, you were going to say?
Well, the thing is too, like, they don't actually need the money. That's the thing. When they talk about buying things like Disney, they're not really saying, oh, we're going to buy Disney, cold cash. What they're saying is, if we're allowed to buy Warner Brothers, we will own such a huge portion of entertainment in total that we can go to any investor, any money man, any banker, and just take up a loan for however fucking much they want. And that's pretty much it. And they're right, because everyone will understand that this will hand Netflix a straight up monopoly of entertainment that is unbelievably valuable. Which is also, again, why it shouldn't be allowed through, and why everyone knows it shouldn't be allowed through. That's why Netflix and all of these companies went to Trump first and tried to get him aboard, because they all know this isn't acceptable. In no world is this okay. Nobody thinks so. And they shouldn't get away with it. WB should be allowed to fail, then they should be broken the fuck up and sold piecemeal on auction.
Yeah, you don't seem very happy about Netflix here.
No, again, because if Netflix wins, the streaming wars are over, the entertainment wars are over, we have a monopoly, and it is only a question of time until they purchase everyone else. It is the end of the road. I mean, fuck cinema. They'll take over entertainment in total. All TV will just be Netflix under a different fucking brand.
And and on my end too, like Warner Brothers owns DC. We've talked they'll probably cancel printing comic books because they don't make much money. So it's just going to be like even little bitty things that are a business's identity might go away.
Well, obviously a big discussion on our show has been the implementation of the whole DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion into pretty much everything. I had the viral post, 20 million views on my post talking about the Death by Lightning, the show. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was a show about a U.S. president, James Garfield, which was a really good show. But there was just a random scene where there's this is in 1880s Chicago, where there's a black couple and this well-to-do Asian woman walking around next to a guy who was had an amputee, right? So in this establishing shot, they just threw all the DEI quota stuff into it, and then the rest of the show was like totally freaking normal, right? Like it just made no sense. But that has been an ongoing thing when it comes to Netflix, is they want to hit those quotas, or if you want to create any show for them, you have to hit certain quotas for them to create content for them. That is a thing for them.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw this, but did you see the new upcoming Netflix movie, Queen of Coal, that is coming out December 15th? Did you hear about this, Blabs?
No.
The Queen of Coal?
No, I've not heard anything about this.
Well, here we are. The Queen of Coal here looks pretty harmless. When you
I see the word patriarchy. Ew.
A trans woman dreams of working in the coal mines, but in a town steeped in superstition and patriarchy, Carlita must fight to earn her place underground.
So
sounds like a parody, and yet.
So it's a dude dreaming of working the coal mines when he can just go down and work the coal mines like any other dude and not have to fight the patriarchy.
To do so as a woman.
And whose dream is it to work the coal mine? That's a last ditch effort. If you're I can't wait to watch this movie for all the wrong reasons. Thank you, Craig. I'm going to add that to my list.
You're welcome.
What's it called? Queen Coal?
The Queen of Coal.
I'm so confused.
Which immediately makes me think of something entirely different, but oh well.
Yeah, she should be black. All right.
Wow.
The Coal Queen.
The Coal Queen. There we go. Yeah. This is
That hurts my brain.
Yeah. You want to see a little bit of it?
Boy, do I.
Boy, do I. Looks like I got a little trailer here. Let's see what we got here. I've not pre-screened this, but let's take a look.
Some of the guys say they've seen a shadow. Others say it's just a beam of light. The truth is, everyone believes it's the presence of the Black Widow, the woman who broke the superstition and went into the mine on a day that wasn't St. Barbara's Day.
She's a woman, damn it! She's a woman! He's a woman, damn it! It's ridiculous. Sorry.
Is this based on a true story?
Apparently, yes, it's based on a true story.
Oh.
It's always been my dream to work in the mine.
Rodriguez and Carlos, underground.
They sent the baggage.
Do you feel safe in that work environment? I need a job, not friends.
Hold on. Do you hear? Okay, this is actually a very important question.
I need a job, not friends.
Number one, is this person playing here, is this a dude? Right? Is this the guy? Is this a guy? Is this a trans woman? Number two, the dubbing on this.
Oh my God, do you know who that is?
No. Hunter Schafer? I don't know. Who is it?
No, this is Pedro Pascal's brother who's a tranny.
Oh.
Lux Pascal.
Okay. All right.
Let me take it off my list.
I just Googled the movie. Okay, listen, for anyone who doesn't understand what I'm talking about, let me share my screen. Wow. Okay. Lux Pascal.
Lux Pascal.
Wow. Pedro Pascal's baby brother who likes to pretend he's a woman. And for some reason, everyone else thinks he's a woman too. That guy was born with a dick.
Correct.
I'm just saying.
This is true. George actually has a really succinct, a really good rundown of what the premise of this will be. Would you like to hear the premise that George?
Oh boy,
together?
yes.
Yeah. Actually, Blabs, I'd like for you to read this really quick.
All right.
And yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so George says, trans miner. I've always wanted to mine coal.
Actually, let's do this. Blabs, let's role play this a little bit, okay?
All right.
I will be trans miner.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Arch, you be man.
Okay.
All right, man. Jeff, you be man too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you can be the narrator of everything else, Blabs. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I've always wanted to be in the coal mine as much as I've wanted to be a woman.
Jesus says you aren't allowed. Get out of here.
We hate you. Grrr.
Later that day, the mine collapses. Who the hell's the fat capitalist CEO? I'll be him.
Fat capitalist CEO. Damn it! All of our miners are trapped down there, and there are no men left to save them. Trans miners appear.
How about a no? You don't need to say that. Just how about a woman?
Sound cut to inside the mine. Men are on their last breath. A hand comes down through the dirt, carries every man out on her shoulders. Everyone outside crying.
On her shoulders too. That's remarkable.
Right? Well, the trans miner slings his pickaxe on his shoulder and walks quietly away. Voice.
Okay, now Arch, you're gonna play the role of white bigot. Jeff, you get to play the
white
voice.
bigot. That's a wonderful name for it too.
Okay, start here. You're the white bigot. It starts here.
Thank you, trans miner. You're different than us, but damn it if you can't dig better than the best of us.
Trans miner is made the queen of coal, and Donald Trump.
Oh, sorry. There you go. I forgot. I was gonna put the crown on me.
Poops his pants with rage.
That's right.
With rage.
That's it. Pretty good synopsis right there of it.
That's wild.
The hit new series Queen of Coal or show. Matthew Marston over on X says, "I cannot raise $3 million for a movie with an A-list director from conservative investors. You think this was a movie that people want to see? What is the cash ROI on this? I'll tell you this. They are normalizing dysfunction and paying the creators and actors a shit ton of money while doing it. This is why we lose."
That's wild.
Got a movie about a trans miner over here. All right.
Trans miner just sounds like a superhero.
Trans miner.
This just makes me so mad because, again, it's just another shit on women all over again. A dude pretending to be a girl, trying to be patriarchy and sexism. Meanwhile, he's literally a dude, can just go about his day, no problem, go and do the coal mining, no problem whatsoever. What the fuck is... Fuck you, Lux, and fuck you, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his either.
Go fuck yourself. You're muted, by the way, Craig.
I want to go back to this trailer because there's actually something very important. I don't think I finished my thought on this. Right? This is dubbed. So take a listen real quick.
Do you feel safe in that work environment? I need a job, not friends.
Okay. You heard what Lux's voice there?
Yeah.
But that's clearly dubbed.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a Colombian or something like that.
Right. The question is, who dubbed it? Was it dubbed by a
that's a
dude
great question.
pretending to be a woman or an actual biological woman? And if it's done by a real woman, do the tranny people, do they get upset that it's not a man pretending to be a woman who didn't voice it? I'm not playing the game. I don't know. I don't know the rules of these games, right? But I feel like that's an important question to ask.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out. who's doing the dubbing for it, but I don't think it's out yet because they're just giving you the cast, not the dubbing.
Well, how long is it until AI is used to just dub?
Oh,
and translate. Like then who's going to complain about that one? A computer doesn't have a gender. Oh no.
Already happened. Amazon did a bunch of anime dubbing, and it was very, 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 very bad.
Amazon. I'm a believer. Now, I'm not trying to get super conspiratorial, but I have noticed that all streaming entertainment like lowers the bar for intelligence, and I mean everything. Like Amazon's movies are now made so you can look at your phone and barely pay attention, and all this other crap. So,
I'm with you. We're adding to that problem. Absolutely. Joey says, I think there will become a time where AI will lead to people losing their jobs because companies will opt to automate all of their systems since it is the most cost-effective way to operate, sadly. I definitely agree. Definitely agree. Weiss Max says, ironically enough, the Netflix deal would result in the least amount of layoffs. The only jobs at risk are the streaming division at WB. There's no crossover at Netflix for everyone else. Cenarian included an image. It says, I knew Craig was going to get choked up earlier before it happened. I knew because I lost a pet a few years ago, and I had a rough time talking about it immediately afterwards. It took me a few months to get used to her not greeting me when I got home from work. I've never named her, but I first referred to her as Poppy. Thank you, Taneri.
Oh, Pappy, I think he means, because he wants Pappy. Oh, no. Where's Pappy? Oh, there.
There's Pappy. There she is. Enjoy that, Arch. I know you are. It's wonderful. All right. Blabs, will you do me a favor? We didn't even get to the Sarkeesian story.
We do have Melee K on tomorrow, so I'm sure she'll have plenty to say if we want to cover that.
Let's see how that goes tomorrow with Kay. So, will you two be able to handle it? Will you be able to be professional?
I will be able to handle anybody.
You gonna be able to be professional?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I know that she did kick you in your cock.
She did give me bruises.
Yes.
And unsaid locations.
As you said, you had to ice your vagina.
I did.
It's good. Tenarian says, thanks to Plus Chat, I've learned that all my qualms about AI go out the window as soon as it's used to animate images of busty ladies.
That is also true.
Thank you, Tenarian. We are 4 yellow supers away from hitting our Montez goal today. Let's see if we can hit that before we wrap up here. We are past 1. We usually go past that. But Jeff, Arch, if y'all want to bounce, you're more than welcome to. But we'll finish up here with a couple supers.
I'm here till the end of the show, man.
Sounds good. Arch?
I might need to bounce this. I'll be getting ready for my own stream in about an hour.
Love it. All right, buddy. Well, we'll go check it out once it's there. Everyone go find Arch's channel. Link is down below. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, Arch.
See you again soon.
Bye.
Right. Blabs, you go read these off. I need to go to the little boys' room real quick.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Go away. All right. Video Gamer for 250 says, it's always tough losing a pet. I can relate. Rip Missy. This is actually Missy right there. Unquestionably the greatest and most loving creature that will ever live. Here's one of the last pics I took of her on the night the Switch was released. So let me get rid of that. There she is. She's a cutie patootie, and I'm very sorry. All right, let's do that one. Goodbye, Missy. Close that tab. Okay. Halleck, for one, says, you should contact Joshua Moon, owner of Kiwi Farms, and have a chat about the Cloudflare. Can't speak English. Cloudflare issue. He's currently in litigation over this at XJosh on X. Thank you. Jardis King says, my current cat is named Eris because she and my previous cat fought and when they first met. She brought discord into my life, and my first cat was Kitty. Thank you. Hypernaut says, get the Harmies, the specialized edition of Star Wars, which was a fan-created project made to preserve the original Star Wars trilogy. This is the way.
The new one will look better.
Taryn says, I'm coming from a comic collector standpoint. AI will all, but guarantee that my collection will triple in value. Spider says, Metroid for a Pussyglyph. Seriously, I hate it. Aramis for 2 says, last one, Jeff, what are your thoughts over DC Absolute series? Batman Absolute has become one of my favorite.
I got to catch up. I'm a little behind in the times. The only comic I'm buying right now is just to add to the collection is Spider-Man, but I'm a little towards comic books in general right now.
Well, Wastelander wants to know if is there a sequel for Wokebusters?
Once the original print run sells out, sure, but you guys got to check out Wokebusters. I'm going to do a crossover with a guy named Aaron Sparrow, so there will be more Wokebusters, but not anytime soon.
DB Wild for 5 says the saddest part of not going to the movie theater is trying to pull the old reach into my popcorn gag on the person sitting next to you when it's just you at home by yourself. So buttery. Oh my. Mercenary says I just pledged 175 for your comic, Jeff.
Thank you so much, Mercenary. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mercenary. 12 Dirk says, just so you know, WB recently merged with Discovery, which means now WB owns multiple news channels around the world. Yes, including CNN. Wisemax33 for 10 says, and guys, the reason everyone wants to acquire WB is because of how successful they have been recently. They are #1 at the box office this year, so everyone wants that money.
It's because they're making stuff that's not DEI heavy.
Tamamo for 10 British pounds says, if the weekend taught me anything, is that lesbian domestic violence stats are spot on given the death thing, and no one dislikes women more than other women. Cheers, normal man. Also, YouTube censorship.
Thanks, Tamamo.
Thank you. White minor in this movie should be Bigot Diggit.
It's a nice name for that.
Okay. Greek Turbo for 50. Holy shit.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, let me just get rid of that for a second. Greek Turbo for 50 says, Craig, I'm so sorry for your loss. I lost my little baby to cancer way too soon. I'm a little behind, but fuck Netflix. And titties help to bring a smile. Thank you very much, Greek Turbo, for the 50.
My boy.
Max says Jimmy Seville worked most on World War II in a mime. Thank you. Bentley for 10 says getting a look at Carlita. I'm assuming he uses his chin as a chisel. Hashtag Montez. That's a good one. And Mercenary for 10 says my mom was saying how she was sorry. She was sad. Oh my God, I can't English at all today. I'm so tired. My mom was saying how sad she was for lost your dog when she saw Bowser. When you started crying, she almost started herself.
Oh, I didn't cry.
Thank you.
I just got choked up. That's all.
And we're caught up.
Because I'm a man. A man
Hey, love is
don't
love,
cry.
Craig. Don't feel bad, buddy.
Yeah,
I
nobody,
know.
nobody minds. Nobody judges.
I know. I really just want to eat my feelings right now, and I feel sad.
Have a payday bar.
I'm gonna go eat it. Combo. Yeah, have a cold cut combo.
I just think of Happy Gilmore every time so he says about eating food.
Cold cut combo.
I eat 2 every day.
That's right. I eat 2 every day, having 2 cold cut combos. Ugh. All right. Well, we learned a lot today. There's a lot of icing of vaginas and dildos and Star Wars. I mean, that's the average show when it comes to side scrollers, which is great. And Jeff, one more opportunity to let everybody know about your great Kickstarter you have going on, which expires in 54 hours.
So, folks, thank you to everybody who's been supporting Stealing Solo 2. Right now is 54 hours left. It's a graphic novel. I want to make sure I present that properly. It's a big graphic novel, not a stapled comic book, about a group of fans that are kidnapped by Mark Hamill and basically have to remake The Last Jedi because he's holding them hostage. If you read the first book, you'll enjoy this one. If you want to get the first book, it's an option to add on as well. But I do pride myself as a creator who's made a book that you don't even need to read the first one for. You can kind of jump into this and get the whole context. But as an independent guy, I don't use AI. I'm very much adamant about hiring people to help out make these projects and bring them to you guys. This is a finished comic. I will be shipping it out in February. It's just got to get printed after the campaign closes. And then we'll be on to the 3rd book. So if you guys want to check out what I do, support it over there. And Craig and Blabs, thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity. And thank you to everybody in the chat who's supporting it. I love what I do, and you guys make it possible. So thank you.
Hell yeah. Appreciate that. I saw it went up. I saw your pledges went up, which is great during the show. Mercenary says men are allowed to cry for their pets.
Yep.
Well, I did some crying because I love my puppy dog. Speaking of, I got to go hang out with Max. He doesn't even know what's happening. That's the saddest thing is Max lost his little buddy. So we got to be there for Max now, which is a sad day. So anyways, I'm going to go do that, go eat some food, and I'll be back a little bit later on. But appreciate you guys popping in. We'll see you guys tomorrow when we're back with
Mally and Kay.
Woo! It's going to be
spicy.
Yeah, it's going to be spicy. All right, with that said, you guys have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys tomorrow when we're back at it, 11 a.m. Central Time. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Just one simple request. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Blabs, you rating anybody?
No, I forgot.
We'll do that tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.